Yes, welcome to this weekly outlook. So just it's important to look at the fundamental events that are going to happen on this coming week. So like on Tuesday, that's when on Tuesday, 23rd, that's when we have the JPY monetary policy. Very important. And then, so we have a lot of JPY news, including the monetary policy, the, the outlook report, and also the press. So it's going to be some serious move for the JPY. So that means that it is important for us to look at some of the JPY pairs and how they are doing and see whether we can have a trading opportunity. So when we open our charts and then we go straight into some of the JPY pairs, starting with Gbpjpy being one of those pairs which is highly traded. We want to see how it is going to do in regards to the fundamental events that are coming. So looking at the pound from the monthly time frame, because this is our all-time monthly high, which is this, which will also be our resistance area long term. And then when we look on this side here, we see this was a high which was broken. So this is where the price broke upwards and then continued to go up. So now, as we look at this from the monthly time frame, we are trading around here. So these are the areas in which we are trading from. So we need to study the price action around here before we can think about this resistance and also this possible support area. So with that being said, we can now come to our weekly. So how did the weekly candle close? So inside this range here, which is our area of attention, if you study price action here, you will see price has been forming highs and highs. So this is what you have, like you have your trend line and you want to draw it. So this is each time price was able to form a high, it came down, a high, it came down, and then a high. So this leaves us with this high, which price has not totally broken yet. So this area. Now, the moment we see this, this is definitely our resistance area. So what could actually happen here? There is that possibility of the price breaking upward and then breaking back inside. That possibility could be high. So with that being said, this is now our immediate resistance area. And then also this is the area where price was able to break up. So we have narrowed our trading to here and then here. So once we have this, yeah, of course, we know these are also our support areas, these areas here. So we have this, then we can come to the daily time frame, and on the daily time frame, this is the resistance we are actually in now, and seeing how price is actually behaving. It is also important to see that this is an area where price broke out from. So when we come to our 4-hourly time frame, this is what we have. So this is our resistance area here, and then price went into this resistance area, and then it rejected back inside. So now we are seeing a scenario whereby this resistance is is holding price. So for our trading opportunities, definitely when this resistance doesn't hold price for long, is retested, price doesn't break it, and you see some strength of the JPY beginning to happen, then we can definitely begin to look for selling opportunities. Otherwise, if this resistance is broken, then maybe we can see that scenario where price could head up all the way up to there. So right now, this is at a very good key level. So combining it with the JPY news coming on Tuesday, this could actually be something very good. Yeah. So if now the news comes and JPY is strong, the tendency of the market to just react based on this resistance we have would be high. So let's add in one more JPY pair before we can move into other pairs. So let me go with Swiss yen. So looking at Swiss yen again from the monthly time frame. So if you look carefully here, this is our all-time high, meaning the Swiss has actually been stronger than the JPYs throughout the month. And now we don't have any more information to the left. There's no information to the left on this side, meaning we are playing at our all-time highs. So, but if you're playing at our all-time high, let's look at the previous highs. So this was the previous high that existed in the market, which the market took this high, came back to retest this, and then formed another small high here, another high here, which price has actually not come back to retest. So this becomes our support area, the same way this was our support area. So we have support here. So the moment we have this, then we can come here and look at this is the high, but the monthly candle has not yet closed. We still have 11 days to the closure of this monthly candle. So we cannot conclusively say this is a high. All right. But better still, if you look at these areas here, where we had this weak rejection, 1, 2, 3. So this is also another strong support area that we have here. So now we have this support and then this support here. So the moment we have this, we don't have more information on this time frame. We can come to our weekly time frame, and on the weekly time frame, we want to understand where is our resistance, where is our high. So on the weekly, this is our weekly high here. So this becomes our resistance area, okay? And then also this weekly high, which we are beginning to see whether the market is having enough momentum to be able to break this resistance area. So we have this resistance, which was a previous high, and then this other one here. So on this one here, we're seeing the rejection already happening. So when we come to the daily time frame, this is what we see. So definitely price is actually at the resistance area. This high is holding price, and now we are seeing that scenario where price definitely is having the higher chance of playing around this resistance area. So if you combine this with the fundamental event that is coming, and if you look at how price has actually been moving the upside, we've been seeing price moving almost in this kind of a channel. Okay. Now it is important for us to understand this kind of a channel and how price is moving in it. Okay, because now price is moving with less momentum to the upside. So we are seeing this. So now there is that possibility that if the JPY news comes out very strong on Tuesday, we could actually have a good selling opportunity because we are at resistance area. So that's what we have on the JPYs. So you can look at the other JPYs and see whether price is at resistance and all of that. So possibly we could have JPY strength coming in. So let's cross to other pairs, which is the dollar. And with the dollar, we always look at the dollar index to be able to help us understand the general movement of the dollar. So looking at the dollar index again from the monthly time frame. So on the monthly time frame, what do we have? So we have this was an high, which we thought price could break up, but we see here price has broken below here. And then we have this low here, which will also act as our support area. So when we just extend it all the way here, you realize this is an area where price broke out from. So we have our resistance, we have our support in the bigger picture. But don't forget, we have this high here on the monthly. Okay, so this is a monthly high, which will also act as our resistance area. But this area where price actually broke from, you don't need to forget it. So we can also know that this is another resistance area all the way from here. Okay, so the moment we have this, we don't have any more information apart from this high and also this. So these are our resistance areas in case price tries to push up all the way up to there. But then we also have this monthly low, which is also acting as our support. With that being said, we can go to the weekly time frame, and on the weekly time frame, we want to see how price is actually reacting. So we have two scenarios here. Okay, so we have our our high here, which is our resistance area, and then we are seeing the dollar index actually strengthening. So will it strengthen all the way up to this resistance area? That's what we shall have to see on the smaller time frame, like the daily, and then maybe on the 4-hourly. So on the 4-hourly, this is what we have. We have price approaching this resistance area here. So will this be the area where price will be able to come back down? Or from here, we could actually have a scenario whereby we break and we come to next turn. So this is what we have to see. Okay. So it is also important to see whether we have any serious fundamental events for the dollar. So on Wednesday, I don't see much on the dollar. On the whole of Wednesday, I don't see much. And then on Tuesday too, we don't see much apart from the euros and stuff like that. And then, so maybe until the OPEC, the core PCE price index, which will be on Friday. That is long, but that is what we have on the dollar index. The dollar is looking stronger now, coming up to this resistance area. So it's important to add one more pair. That case, which will be the Euro USD, and then we can call it a day on the dollar. So looking at Euro USD again from the monthly time frame, knowing exactly the dollar is stronger based on the dollar index. So this is our monthly high, which will act as our resistance. And then we also have these monthly highs, another resistance. And these were the lows, which were our support areas. We just look at the monthly low. And then we had an area of structural break here. Okay. And then we have this also, this monthly low, which will also act as our support. So we have our supports down, we have our resistance here. We go to the weekly. And on the weekly, you know, this is the support area that price is actually would come all the way up to here, this support. But as it comes, what did price do? So price broke these lows. And now this is heading down, the dollar strong, the same way the DXY is heading to a resistance. Here, Euro USD is coming down to this support area. With that being said, we can now go to our daily, and then we see what is likely happening on the daily. So what happens on the daily? We had an area here, strong candle break here. So the whole of this, we can term it as our, actually, as our resistance area, because this candle here created a difference. So we could have a scenario whereby price could actually reverse into this resistance area and then possibly come back down to this support area. So that's what we have in the dollar and then on the JPY. So these are some pairs to actually watch out for throughout the week, the dollar and the JPYs. And then maybe we can cross to one more pair, the euros, because we have a lot of euro news coming up this week. So it is important for us to understand how the euro is also performing, starting with the euro AUD. So euro AUD, it is looking, this is how it is look. We have an area of break here. So this will be our support area because it's strong break. And then we have these are the highs here, which will act as our support areas. So the moment we have this, and then we know this previous monthly low is also our support, we can now go to a time frame that is lower. So on this time frame here, on the weekly, we know this is our resistance area all the way up to here. And then we have our supports down here, and then also another resistance in case this one is violated, this one. And then possibly where price is actually seeming to be breaking off from. So we are seeing these highs. So when I just extend it here, we're seeing an area whereby this was a strong zone, which was acting as a support. It was broken now. It became a resistance. Now it is broken. This becomes our support now as price is headed upward. And then on the daily, this is the support we're talking about, whereby there's been a break of structure. This area has been broken, so price is possibly coming to retest this and then maybe head back to this resistance. That's what we shall begin to see possibly this week. Will this area actually be able to hold price, retest it, and head back to this? That's what we shall begin to see throughout the week on the euro. So it is important to practice proper risk management and then also have a proper outlook of the pairs. Otherwise, thank you. See you next week.